Hello everyone, I am Starflesh Pizza and today we are redrawing AI Ulysses because I'm bored and I like seeing people do this trend. Let's go. Firstly, I scrolled through Pinterest, I looked up AI Ulysses and then I chose an image I wanted to recreate. Then, because it's an AI generated image, I circled the parts I wanted to keep in my drawing. Now that we get into the actual drawing, I started off with the base, which I kept quite similar to the one given to me. And I started drawing on all the accessories and stuff I wanted to give them. And I liked the fact that she was a robot, so I might have added a few things extra that more allude to it. I kept the color palette basically the same, but I added more of the pink in her eyes to the rest of her body, just to tie it all together. I'd like to say the most difficult part about this was the robotic-esque parts I added onto her, as I'm not used to drawing robots at all. But besides from that, I'm actually quite happy with how she turned out, and I do think she looks a bit more like a robot. I changed up the shoes a lot since they basically looked like a crumpled up garbage bag from the AI image, so I simplified them and I quite liked how they turned out as well. The sleeves I also kind of kept the same, except the star is now hot pink instead of black, like it was. A few filters and touch-ups added later, and this is how she turned out. If you liked her, please tell me in the comments below. Anyways, let's move on to the next one. Before we move on, I would like to say if you have any name suggestions for her, please write them down in the comments below, and in my next video I will shout you out as long as the name. This next one I picked out stayed similar in the AI image, so I decided I didn't need to circle anything, so I went on with the base. I obviously again kept the base quite similar, except her hip isn't protruding out her left. I actually quite like this design, and she is the most normal one I will redesign in this video. Her hair, despite me never drawing anything really like this, was pretty easy to me somehow, and I actually quite like how it turned out. Please ignore my scribbling. I definitely think her turtleneck was the most difficult part about this drawing, mostly because of all the lines included, but I was happy when the jacket managed to cover most of them. My favourite part about this drawing was the shoes, as I think they turned out great, both in my sketch and in the actual drawing in the end. I also kept her colours most consistent. I rarely changed up anything, I'm not even 100% sure if I did. Hands holding anything kill me, so I get that looks a little off, but besides that I think she turned out pretty great. I reused some of the patterns and I don't think it looks suspicious at all. Perks of being a lazy artist, I guess. And here she is. Touch-ups and filters later, this is how she ended up. I actually quite like her, and I hope you do too. If you do like her, please comment in the comments below and tell me what name you think she should have. This next one was the most different out of all of them, so I circled each detail I wanted to add. I also circled in the middle of my drawing, you will see. I like clowns, so I thought this would be easy to me. Again, I started off with the base and kept it quite similar. I actually think this one is the most similar out of all of them, since I didn't really change up the pose that much. As you can tell, I quite liked her wonky eye. Mostly that was the AI's fault, but I like a bit of variation in my characters, so I thought that would be a nice little tidbit to add. Sorry about the doodle, I forgot to erase that as quick as I could. This one was the longest drawing in this video, by far.
Oh my goodness!
I'm not very happy about the time it took, but you know, procrastination is my thing, I guess. There's not much to talk about really here, except from I found the ruffles quite difficult, despite me drawing ruffles quite often. But besides from that, there was no really issues. When it came to colouring, I mainly stuck to the parts I have circled. The hair stayed mostly the same, sort of like a messy Harley Quinn do. But as I said 100 times, I do like how it turned out on her, and I think it suits her quite well in the drawing and the art. As you can tell, I added cheeks to her because I thought it would be more fitting for a clown. I realize she's supposed to be more jester-esque, but I thought cheeks would just make her face seem fuller, like it already was. But I'm a maximalist, so I do like a lot of details in my characters. I decided to make her clothes look a bit shiny, as I thought the shinier it is, the cheaper it seems, and I think she's quite a cheap person. I thought I'd make the eyes yellow like it was in the bottom right. No other reason besides it kind of looks cool and sickly, like the white skin does. I think the tights was the hardest part of this for me, but it ended up looking good anyways. I decided to tint them a deep red as it was less jumping out at you, and I didn't want that for her legs. Filters and touch-ups later, and this is how she turned out. She is my favourite one of all of them right now. I hope you like her too, and give her a name down in the comments. This is to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching till the end. If you want a part 2, please let me know. Tell me your favourites, and if you like my art, and if there's anything I can do to improve it. Bye!